everyone. First of all, thank you for joining this webinar that is Birding to Ornithology. Many people were asking about this webinar that they are very interested in our basic course in ornithology, and they wanted to know more about the course, so that we arranged this webinar. So as you can see on your screen right now, it's a Bombay Natural History Society's head office, which is situated at Colaba, Mumbai. We are like 136 years old organization, which is working in the field of conservation and research. Sir, next slide, please. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So can you change the slide, please?
CEC already.
Oh, okay. As you can see on the screen, that is Conservation Education Center of BNHS, which is education wing of BNHS. We work in this office is situated in Goregaon East. We usually conduct all educational activities. Over here, we have 33 acres of forested land in between Sanjay Gandhi National Park and RA Colony. As you can see on the screen, this is third slide. We have apart from basic course in ornithology, we have leadership course in biodiversity conservation, basic course in herpetology, basic course in butterfly studies, and field course in botany. So if you are interested in any of these courses, you can mail us. Now I would like to introduce the course leader of basic course in ornithology, Dr. Raju Kasambe. He is Assistant Director Education at Bombay Natural History Society, and also a center in charge of Conservation Education Center, which is in Goregaon East. He is working in the BNHS for more than 10 years, and he has expertise in ornithology and butterfly studies. Apart from that, he has authored many books, articles, and research papers. Some of his well-known books are like Important Bird Areas of Maharashtra, Threatened Birds of Maharashtra, Indian Grey Hornbill, Butterflies of Western Ghat, and Maharashtratli Fulpakri. Now, without any further delay, I would like to request Dr. Raju Kasambe to introduce us about the basic course in ornithology.
Thank you for the introduction about CEC, BNHS, and courses. So today's webinar is not about all the courses. It is only about ornithology course. And people like you who are interested in learning about nature, more and more about nature, maybe finding a lot of options of what to do, which course to select. The first question which comes to your mind, what are the benefits of this course, or why should I join this course only? There are a lot of choices to be. So that is what we are trying to answer, and we have some participants of last year's batch and batch before that year. Okay, 2 years before, talking about their own experiences about the basic course in ornithology of BNHS, and I'm sure their experiences will help you in taking a decision of joining the basic course in ornithology. Started BNHS many years ago. Okay, this is a course which provides you a lot of opportunities to learn, like develop your bird watching skills, identification skills, and documentation skills of whatever you see. Okay, and understand the role and importance of birds in ecosystem. Learn more about local birds, that means birds around your house and their habits. Understand the basics of ornithology through reading of research papers which we will be sharing, and some field experience, and develop analytical skills. So Just a minute. Okay. Then there are lessons on bird anatomy, bird behavior, feeding habits, migration patterns, and we'll be talking about habitats. All those things we will be discussing for 11 months. That is the duration of the course. So we understand the threats faced by birds. That means what are the issues the birds are having, and their habitat due to unsustainable human intervention. That means destruction of habitat and the holistic ways. That's overall what we need to do if you want to save the birds and for the humans to have coexistence with birds. And also we try to develop a network with like-minded people for information exchange and necessary action. That means we also have continuous support to you even after the course is completed. And the most important thing which no other organization will offer you, you will get a chance, actually many chances in those 11 months to be in company of ornithologists from Bombay Nature Registry Society and even from outside. We might invite some ornithologists from outside to guide you. So you have a lot of field visits. Every month there is a field visit. Then there are field camps in which you have the chance to meet personally, stay with them, and discuss about birds. So that's the best thing with BNHS offers. Might be other ornithological courses from other countries you might do online. Doesn't have this facility which we are offering you. What are the course deliverables? Means what is that you will get? First thing is you will get 11 chapters about ornithology. These are written by well-known ornithologists in BNHS. Then we have two sessions. Two sessions will be conducted in Mumbai, that is either at CEC or head office of the Bombay Natural History Society. Then there are field visits in different bird habitats like grasslands, wetlands, or this type of habitat, forest and forest. Then there are field camps to various birding locations across India, not in Mumbai. Okay, so those will be all India basis. So, and after completion, you get a certificate. And what are the 11 chapters which we will be providing to you so that you can read this and really enlighten yourself. This is like notes, ready-made notes provided to you. So that has got chapters on introduction to birds, the evolution of birds, birds of Indian subcontinent. This is just an introduction. Morphology, anatomy, and physiology of birds. Bird sense and behavior. What are the bird senses? Can they smell? So we have many questions. Then food and feeding habits. What do they eat? They are vegetarian birds, non-vegetarian birds, birds which eat both type of food, omnivorous birds, raptors. So much of terminology is there in ornithology. Then bird migration, the mating systems. How do they find a mate? And breeding habits of birds. They have so much diversity. So even in breeding behavior, the nest, eggs, and youngs of birds. Then conservation of birds. That's to protect to sustain and strength old issues of articles. What we do is we have a WhatsApp group also. This is besides what we are supporting you through email and actual meetings and field trips and field camps. The WhatsApp group is for daily interaction. Like you take a picture of bird and you don't have to keep it in mind. So you can just put it on the WhatsApp group and you get the answer of what the bird is. And so because all the participants are there, so you get a feeling of togetherness, and it's like a get together, and you have all those batchmates discussing with you day and night. A lot of things, sharing things about birds, only birds for 11 months. And even after the course is completed, we keep this course, we keep this group alive. So you still have you still are in touch with us as well as your batchmates. And the course duration is 11 months. So this year we are starting in August, and it includes details about updates, online research, field visits. So you have to do field visits of your own, then you have to do online research. Then there are camps. And project work is also given. Project work is given to you, so you have to complete every month. There is an assignment which you have to complete and send it to us. So what we will do is we will look back at some photographs and how the previous batches completed their journey of birding to ornithology. So birding is like just looking at birds, and ornithology is moving towards the science of birds and trying to do something concrete for the science. So that's a journey. So when we have the inaugural session, what we do is we have presentations of basics of bird watching, basics of bird identification, and we have a trail in forest. And you will find that you don't see many birds when you go out for a forest trail. And what you do, what you find is you just hear a lot of bird calls. So the first thing, that's the first learning, right? That it's not easy to see all the birds in a forest. So this is our conservation education center based in Goregaon in Mumbai. We call CEC Mumbai. So we are conducting sessions here. Sometimes we conduct it head office. So indoor session. So at CEC we have a water hole, and this water hole is an attraction to bird watchers because lots of birds are seen here, especially the forest birds. And in the month of May or June, we get this beautiful guest here, and this is how our participants react after they see this bird from this window just behind us. This is the kitchen window, and from there you can see the oriented dwarf kingfisher. And from the same window, you can see beautiful birds like the emerald dove and the white-rumped shama and the paradise flycatcher and the white-throated ground thrush, and so on and so forth. You can see 30 species of forest birds here. So the sea is also an attraction, and people want to see and visit this place. So all ornithology course participants get a chance at least two to three times to visit this place, and they're always welcome to visit. So we have indoor sessions here. The inaugural session is always organized here. Even we organize the wrap-up session here, so you get ample opportunities to go for birding here. Then we have got field visits. The field visits are typically one-day field visits. So morning to afternoon we have lunch or and then disperse. Those are typically organized around Mumbai. This is one field trip we had organized in Alibag, the Akshi beach. And at Alibag, that one day field trip, you have a lot of things to see. Like besides the coastal birds, you have some plantation. Might be sometimes we go out and see the forest birds also. So you can see the excitement among bird watchers to go to the eye level and take photographs of waders. So waders are the long-legged birds which feed in mud. So then gulls and terns are flying around, and what we learn here is how to identify these birds, how to photograph these birds, and then come back. One day experience. So many species you can see in one day. And one more attraction nowadays is to find birds with tags. Tags means the flag or rings, ringed by BNHS or ringed by the Iranian scientists, especially the terns with rings can be seen in Alibag. So it really is an enjoyable experience to train your eyes and find those tags. So this is a photograph. You can see so many birds with tags. So BNHS has been doing a lot of bird rigging or flagging or tagging, and it has become a very enjoyable experience to just locate those birds out in these thousands of birds. So Akshi is not only for waders, gulls and terns. So near the coast, we also have a small plantation of casuarina. So some forest birds are also seen here, like the jungle babbler and the yellow-footed greenfisher, even the paradise flycatcher, white-throated bulbul, the spotted dove, and spotted owl. So these photographs are taken by participants. Then we have a one-day field visit. This is about a field camp, and this field camp was organized at and what we do is there is a small auditorium. So we have presentations by experts like Tuhina Katti, who guiding us about bird migration study techniques. And we also have a hands-on experience of how to tag the birds. The birds are caught by scientists just near the center using various techniques in which you have to ensure that the birds are not hurt. Then these birds are brought to the center, and here the birds are rigged, and even the flags are put in front of you, and you get a chance to do this in the bird migration study techniques. This is a 3 days camp. Here is a common red shank being rigged. There is a common red shank scientists taking measurements, looking at mold, and you can see two flags are put on the left leg, and one aluminum ring is put on the left leg. So this study technique is a study technique in which finally what you learn is where the birds migrate, how they migrate, when they migrate. So all these questions, how many days they stay in Mumbai, how many days they stay on the way, all these questions are answered through migration study techniques. So these are the birds tagged by BNHS. In South India, this type of flag tag is used. In North India, uh, this type of flags are used. Above from Maharashtra, above. The Maharashtra downwards, that means from Andhra Pradesh, these black flags are used. Okay, so these also is according to the international protocol. Then we have a camp in Goa. So this is especially to understand forest birds, and we have experts with us, local experts with us for every camp. So this is a Bhavan Mahadev, I think Mahadev Wildlife Sanctuary, where we went and looking at forest birds, and we have spotting scopes to get a better view of the birds. And not only the daytime, but also in the evening, we go out to see, look at night jars, and in the night, and when we come back to the resort, we still have discussions, we still have presentations, and bird experts and local experts. Here, Pankaj Lad is guiding us, Nanda Kishore is guiding us, even till we have the dinner. So we try to use every moment and like eat everything with birds. So this is how we do the camps, and we see a lot of endemic birds here, like the temperate bulbul, Varnalanging parrot, so many birds. So if I put all the birds, there will be a presentation only on Goa camp. The participants take so many pictures. So we can have one entire session on one Goa, 3 days Goa camp, how we enjoy. Then last year we had a camp in Nandur Madmeshwar Bird Sanctuary in Maharashtra. So this bird sanctuary is a wetland recently declared as a Ramsar site, and a beautiful wetland site surrounded by agriculture, and on one side, another side, the sugarcane plantation. So the diversity of birds is tremendous here. So generally we see 100 to 120 species of birds in 2.5 days, 2.5 days camp. But we also see some rarities. So when we went there, we saw this white-tailed eagle, which was the first record for Maharashtra. So this became a scientific finding, a great finding for our ornithology course batch. And even it was, we wrote a research paper on this site. Okay. Not only that, we got a lot of rarities to see. All the participants enjoyed seeing the mustache warbler, which is a skulker. Skulker means those birds which are very shy and keep themselves inside the bush, never come out. Then the spotted crake and the Bellon's crake, all those crakes and rails which always hide in aquatic vegetation can be seen in Nandur Madmeshwar if you have a proper person guiding you. Then we saw a dead common kestrel, and we could discuss about the feathers, primary, secondary, about this, and a rare white-tailed lapwing was also seen here. So this is Nandur Madmeshwar. You can see thousands of birds, then hundreds of common quails flying in the sky, and so many diversity of birds. So these 3 days are really in the company of birds, learning explorers. And also we enjoyed watching the roosting behavior of throated swallows. Nobody will really expect what is going to happen next moment, and the show of the eclipse swallows or the throated swallow starts, and in 10 to 15 minutes the show is over. And it's amazing to see this behavior. So this is the only evening phenomenon. And wherever we go for our field camps or field visits, we try to take a local expert, because whether it is Barapur or Goa or Nandur Madmeshwar. Last year we had Pratiksha guiding us, and before that we had Sri Satish Gupte, who wrote 2 books about Nandur Madmeshwar. So he guided us. And of course, no, it's not only birds and birds. There is a lot of fun. So this all the ladies enjoying and saying why all the boys should have all the fun. So they were enjoying, and so we also enjoyed, of course. So we try to ensure that the camps are enjoyable and memorable, besides the learning about birds. So Pratiksha took us to the only active and biggest vulture breeding site in Maharashtra, or I don't know whether it is in India. The long-billed vultures are now called Indian vultures, breed here in huge numbers. And this, we could see some birds sitting on the nest with the help of spotting scopes. So that was, and you might be knowing white-drum vultures, long-billed vultures, and Indian vultures have already become critically endangered because of certain problems. And during Nandur Madmeshwar, we also could see a lot of birds in agriculture, birds in garden, forest birds, besides the wetland birds. So you can see the backwater of Nandur Madmeshwar, and there were a lot of birds in agriculture like buntings and shrines here. So Nandur Madmeshwar, near a forest patch. We also sometimes we go to Bharatpur also. So depending, so we change the campsites every year, and this is a photograph from Bharatpur, and this is a photograph 2 years back, taken in Khichadia bird sanctuary in Gujarat, where we had organized the bird ringing. And this is from the Airoli Center in Thane, where we have the Flamingo Sanctuary and where we have the bird ringing camp last year. So this is the output. Sometimes after we learn so much and we go out for field camps and field trips, we really we find a lot of rarities, a lot of things which need to be reported. So this sighting record of white-tailed eagle was published in a scientific journal. Then we have one participant who really we are proud of him, that is Francis D'Souza, who found a tagged demoiselle crane in Gujarat. And he informed me, and then I further guided him. And what we were surprised to note that this demoiselle crane had migrated far away from northeastern tip of Mongolia. And we contacted the Mongolian scientists, and also a friend of mine found another bird at the same place with a tag, and that bird was tagged in Russia, just near the Kazakhstan border. So we contacted the Russian scientists also, and we got information. But what resulted ultimately was we wrote a research paper, and you can see here the bird traveled 4,444 kilometers, and one was only 6 months old, and the other bird was also only 6 months old and had traveled 3,539 kilometers to reach this place in Gujarat. So this is the finding our participants are going to do, are going to find rare birds, and with their found skill in ornithology, and going to write research papers. Recently, one more participant, Lakshmikant Neve, found lot of striated birds in Jalgaon district, which were not reported, might be for last 80 or 100 years in that part of Maharashtra, and he is also writing a research paper on that. So these are the people who make us proud. So this is the reciting of Russian and Mongolian tag demoiselle cranes in Gujarat. This was published. Also, Francis D'Souza photographed this long-billed Deutscher in Thane. So he was so happy to find that this is a rare bird. First thing is, this is a rare bird. Second thing is, this also was tagged. But of course, this was not from any other country. The tags were put by BNHS scientists. You can see the 2 white flags. So, but still, he was very happy, and what he did was he contributed his knowledge to BNHS. That's going to help us in knowing how many days the Deutscher stays in Thane Creek. And after the 10-month journey, in the 11th month, what we do is we have a wrap-up session. And in the wrap-up session, last year we kept a presentation on how to write a research paper by none other than Dr. Girish Jata. And also, the wrap-up session includes presentations by participants like you. So what they do is they present on what they have done in that 11 months time, because every month they have to visit their study area. They have to select a study area in the first month and then continue the study for 11 months. And at the end of the 11 months, they have to present. So these are some, you can see some captions of some of our participants. I will say these are the brilliant participants in last year's batch. And some of them are here to share their experiences today. And on that day, what we do is, and what the participants get is finally a certificate for completing the basic course in ornithology successfully. And, and then you can of course continue your passion for birds in a more scientific way. So this year we already declared that the admissions are open for the batch 2021. And I stop here and we.
So we'll have question and answer session in the end of this session. Okay, so I would like to invite our first participant who is from 2018 batch, Francis D'Souza sir.
Video, we can put the video on. Sorry.
Yes, sure. Hello.
Hi, Priyanka.
Yes, hi. How are you?
Very good. I hope you are able to see me and hear me.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Priyanka and Raju sir, for inviting me to this session to share my experience about the BCO course. Everyone, I was part of the 2018-19 batch, and why I got into this course was I used to go for trekking in the jungles, hills, etc. I used to go on wildlife safaris also, and many of my other co-participants, they used to keep on saying, "Oh, bird dekho," and they used to blabber some names, this name, that name, etc. And I never used to understand what they are talking. Then I realized that there is a study, something called as ornithology, about bird identification, how you can, each bird has got a unique name depending upon the color, the beak size, and everything else. So I thought, let me also learn. So I inquired with a few friends, and they suggested me this course. Once I enrolled, the first day itself, the first camp, the opening camp, which Raju sir mentioned, was itself as an amazing experience. We had experts coming in and talking to us about some of the projects which they did, and also people talking about bird identification and how to go about the field trips, etc. It was very, very excited then. Not only that, I met a few people who were course participants, and many of them were from Mumbai and many of them are from outside. We made so good friends on the first day itself that we formed our own groups. Apart from the BCO course group, we found a group of Mumbai participants together. I don't know why we did it, but we did it at that time, and it was very useful later on. The BNHS field trips. I would like to talk about field trips which we conduct. There are many field trips which are conducted, and which some of them are only few of them are mandatory, or only not all of them are mandatory. But I ended up taking all the field trips. It was so exciting. All the half day, 1 day field trips, also the camps, the 2-night, 3-day camps which are there. I ended up taking 3 or 4 camps which were there in that year. Goa, Nasik, Pangot. Wonderful. The reason was very simple. The more I went on field trips, the more I learned from these amazing faculty which were there, and the education officers which are so cooperative. Raju sir, Nandkishore sir, Suhina, Madhu. So, we name them, and, Asif and all those people are so generous with their knowledge, is that they want to tell you more. They want, if you are interested, they are more than happy to give their information out to you. They don't hold on to information. So I was amazed to see this kind of, knowledge sharing. I ended up going on many trips. I can talk about hours together on these trips, okay? But obviously time is less. In the course, I also learned about the Common Bird Monitoring Program, which is basically bird count done 3 times a year during various seasons. And from the start of that course till this year, I have not missed any count. Even after I finished course, I can still take part in the bird count in my own area. Obviously, this summer, I don't think we would be able to do it, but otherwise we have done it in the past. That is also a wonderful experience. You can count the birds in your area. You can do patch birding. I learned about patch birding, what it is. The term itself is, very nice to hear. So you go to the same place maybe every week, every month, depending upon the time you have, and then you study that the changes in the weather doing the changes in the environment, climate, and also the surroundings, tree cutting and things like that. So you get to learn and understand your own area as well. Very nice. One of the other camps I liked was bird ringing camp. You saw some photographs earlier, putting the rings and the band, etc. That was also a wonderful camp, and I learned a lot about it. And as Raju sir showed some photographs, this camp was useful for me because later on I went on some other trips on my own, and I could find a bird, and I could identify that bird. I could identify the ring, and then later on, Raju sir helped me publish that paper as well. So that is itself is a wonderful experience. That experience was given in another camp, by another expert, how to write a research paper. So that again, you get an all-round knowledge about these things in the course. And one of the field trips was the specimens which they are displayed in, they are stored in the Hornbill House center, which they don't show it to anyone. But as part of this course, you would be able to see those specimens and identify the birds, and the ones which have been saved by Dr. Salim Ali and all those people many years back. You are able to see those specimens, and real time you can actually see the bird in the guide's hand. I have been birding. As I said, we formed a group for Mumbai birding people, and then we also went on our own trips, and then we continue to do that even now. For various, whenever we have time, we do that. As Raju sir mentioned, there are fields, there are camps. I am a working professional, so these trips are advertised well in advance. The schedule is given well in, so I could plan my schedule for the year. Which trip I want to go, when I want to go, I could reserve my leaves for that. I could reserve my time for that. Make sure that I don't have any other commitments during that time. So that is how I planned. I've learned how to document my bird identification, bird findings, the videos. I've started my own YouTube channel. I'm posting my videos on those and for others to learn as well. Currently, during this lockdown, all of us birders are meeting together. We are hosting and presenting webinars to each other, all by students, and presented to the students or anybody who is welcome to see. So these are wonderful things which we are doing. Birding has become a habit for me now. So earlier when I used to travel, go by car to office or go by train elsewhere, I used to only look at buildings and cars and people on the road. But now I look at things differently. I look at the wires, what bird is sitting there. I look at the trees. I look at the building. Is there a nest there? That is the kind of habit change has happened in me. And in fact, this is what the BCO course does to you. I would be very happy to take any questions from any of the participants or potential participants. I would hand the mic back to Raju sir or Priyanka. If you want me to talk about it, I can go on for hours together. But I will stop now and come back.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Francis.
Thank you so much, Francis sir. It was really nice. We have one more participant with us. Hi, Andrila.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yes. We can hear you. Right.
Actually, I couldn't.
We can hear you.
Okay.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everyone. It's a nice experience. I am from Kolkata. I joined BNHS BCO course in 2018-19 batch. And it was overwhelming experience for me because I would like to give a share screen. Can I have a share screen option? I mean,
Yes.
I have some
Share the screen. You will get that option.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, you can share the
Okay.
screen.
I have stopped my share screen. Okay.
Okay, I will share. I just asked you. The first thing is there are some field trips, some field camps, and the indoor session and outdoor session. I haven't joined any field trips, I mean one-day trips, because I am from Kolkata, and it is for me it is not possible to join one-day course from Kolkata to Mumbai. And then I did the field course here personally, and wrote the trip reports, and also some things that I wanted to share with the present team or the participants that are going to enroll their name in that the course is awesome. Why I'm telling this? Because first of all, the coordinators and the professors Raju sir and Dudhe sir and coordinators, they are very helpful, and they always wear a smile. This is a very important thing, because when you are asking them ki ye ID nahi ho raha, ye, or our sir and coordinators, they always wear a smile like ID to ho jayegi. Matlab, this is very important, because we sometimes we are very there are many difficulties to ID a particular bird or something, but then they assure us that it's not a problem. Actually, you are here to enjoy the bird, and then afterwards we will share what is the important things, what is the difference between one bird to another. One thing I would like to tell that lark and pipit, if you see, lark and pipits are there are many differences. If you can have a close review, the beaks are different, the legs are different, and the body structure is different also. But when you are in a field, you may not be able to ID both. I mean, if you have a distance shot or distance view, you may not be able. And Raju sir told us that पिपिट हमेशा सीना तान के चलता है और लार्क थोड़ा सा श्यामा श्यामा सा है. ये एक बात है जो मतलब when I shared it with my birding friends, those who are not enrolled in VCO course, they are amazed, like yes, this is exactly what we are looking for. I mean, we also faced problem to watch the to ID the lark and pipit, but this is a very good thing. And also the tale about the kite and other raptors, there's a difference, because when you are watching a raptor, it may be a kite, but there is a difference in that tail. It is like a fish like tail. So that is also a thing which we learned from Raju sir. And also we got Dudhe sir in our different field trips. I had 3 field trips which I will share. I will share the stories of my field trips. Now I'm going to share my screen. My screen is, can you see this?
Yes. We can see.
Okay. This is the first trip we did. It is a bird ringing camp, and we got ringed bird too. That was also awesome view for us. And the flamingos, I never personally, this is the first time I have seen so much flamingos. It is in Uran wetland. And these are our batch, full batch. And also we learned about writing the field. I have also I wanted to share that I also have started my blog, birding blog, and this is also for the VCO course, because VCO course is something they will give you it's kind of per month they are giving you some assignments, and you need to write the trips and all. Then it is a kind of habit that whenever I am going to any field, I have to write. I have to write the weather condition and all these things, and then the bird name, the species count, all these things. So this is the thing This is so, because before that I never knew the BCO course. Actually, a BCO course, whenever I started BCO course, this is the first thing. I was a bird watcher from before, but then I wanted to have some methodical study. That's why I have joined Bombay Natural History Society. And this is the slender bill gull photo. These are so many. I mean, and this is, I think, the second day. Bird ringing camp second day. There are lots of species we got. This is how we are writing. We got a bird, and it is, we are checking their the feather and beak and tail and this, and we are writing it on a paper. This is a details sheet, ringing details sheet. This was provided by BNHS, and got some excellent shots. Okay, then next was Nasik bird watching trip, and it is also part of our course. See, it is not a birding photo, it's a vineyard, grape vineyard photo, but I have posted it because I wanted to share about the learning experience. Because if you go through the text, you will see that here I have written exactly those words, exactly those information which I got from our faculties. That why these grape vineyards are fully covered by saris, and why they are covered by saris. So these are very little details, but important observations actually. We visited Gangapur Dam, and this is also a list of birds. And I learned about eBird from BNHS. Before that, I never used eBird. eBird is a very important thing for bird watchers. And this is Nandur Madmaheshwar Bird Sanctuary. This is also Taifa grass. Taifa grass, why I have put a grass picture here in my birding blog? Because here I have found many birds, and this is their ideal habitat. So whenever, I mean, from BCO course, I have learned not only to study birds, but to understand their habitat, habitat mapping, and to love nature. This is also strict-throated swallow nest, which Raju sir was just telling. And this is another important thing. It is in Khoripada, Harsul Road. It is a vulture restaurant. See, when we went there, we haven't seen any vulture, but the knowledge we gathered is priceless. What is vulture restaurant? We never have learned the word vulture restaurant. What is vulture restaurant? So after that, we have learned this. And my next trip was Pangor Shattal. It was not amazing. With our guide, we all are watching birds. Like, you know, this is the birding trails. Trails were very beautiful in Himalaya. Also, the stay of BNHS and the food, those are also awesome. I mean, I have put all the pictures here in my blog. So it's a kind of, after every birding session, we came back to our hotel, and we started talking about it. I mean, how much species we got. So when we are in a bird watching trip, there is there is nothing. I mean, no other thing is discussed. Only birds and birds. After, whenever we are going to any spot, we talk about birds. When we return, then we talk about birds, and when we have lunch, we talk about birds. I mean, there is no other thing. This is Pangod trip, and some excellent shots and Pangod views, etc. My last trip was CEC. CEC was actually, it was our closing camp. So it was nostalgic because 1 year journey was about to end. So, and this is the first time I have visited CEC. There was a butterfly garden. Actually, Raju sir told us about butterfly also when we are just roaming around the nature reserve. And that famous waterfall in CEC, and a kitchen window. There was a kitchen window and a famous waterfall. If you stay there, even you can see leopard also, and birds are also there. I mean, birds. These are CEC birds, and this is the forest trail. This is another thing I want to share, that what I just told before, that they are letting you know about the nature and the nature love, because in that particular trail, this is the trail. This is the social spider. I didn't know about social spider. I have seen this, and sir told us that this is social spider and this is their habitat and this is how they are communicating. And spiders are always roam single, but this is the species that they are always make a cluster and they stay like that. This is droppings of leopard we got from the nature trail, leopard trail it was. These are the bird name, tree name. I mean, I have wrote down the trees also because another important thing which we learned in our closing camp, that is ornithophilia, the relationship of flowers with birds. It made me actually interested about gardening. I was not a gardener before. After learning the ornithophilia, I got my interest in gardening also, because I wanted to know which petal is like what type of color it has and how it is attracting which insect. Is it butterfly or moth or any bird or anything? And also we learned about butterfly also. So this was an excellent field visit. It's not a field visit, actually it's a closing session, indoor session, but yes, it's field also. I mean, because this is next to Sanjay Gandhi. And this was a seminar that running. And these are the flowers that I was just talking about, ornithophilia. The relationship between a flower, it is a flower firecracker. The relationship of flower with the birds. And this is not an end. After that, I wanted to learn more about birds and behavior and this. So I got enrolled my name in Masters in Environmental Studies from another university. But actually, BCU course and the teacher, their behavior, I mean everything. This is a kind of experience, and they have injected the wish to move forward. So the participants who are going to enroll their name, I always tell them that don't, I mean, sometimes I know that people used to tell that ये लंबा लंबा चैप्टर बहुत लंबा लंबा होता है उन लोगों का, मतलब जो कोर्स मटेरियल बहुत, मतलब इतना बड़ा कोर्स मटेरियल पढ़ के क्या होगा ये इतना, और वो इतना होमवर्क भी देते हैं। लेकिन ये सब होमवर्क करना और ये जो मतलब वो चैप्टर्स पढ़ना, ये तो बहुत it's good for yourself. I mean, there is no other option. You can skip it, but it's very good for your own learning and your own. I mean, it's a different thing. I cannot, I mean, explain by words, because for them, actually, I thought about moving forward. So,
hello.
Hello.
I think we are running short of time. So
okay,
can you conclude?
Yes.
So,
okay, sir.
Yeah, it was very nice actually.
Thank you, sir.
So your blog is excellent. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Sir,
how to conclude? I couldn't.
No. Okay, just say thanks.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Priyanka.
Yes, sir. So
I think we are running short of time. See how many minutes we have?
We have 15 minutes. Actually, 15 minutes.
Okay.
So,
go ahead.
Yeah. So we have one more participant with us. Hello. Hello, Awad.
Yes, I am there, Priyanka.
Hi. Yeah.
Thanks, Priyanka. Thanks, Raju sir, for letting me talk about my experience about this ornithology course. Most of the things have already been covered by Francis, Andrilla, and Raju sir. So what I will talk about is my experience, how birding and this course has helped me, and something on why I went with went with PNHS when I was deciding about this course. And before I start in that, in fact, all the participants of our course were so happy in biodiversity. So that says that we had very good experience. We want to learn more from BNHS faculty, and we did this course in 18-19, but we are still associated. We made some very good friends, and Raju sir, Dude sir, and entire BNHS team is still, we are in touch with them, and if we have any query, anything we want to ask them, they are always approachable. When I joined this course, this was more of a hobby for me. I wanted to basically learn how to identify birds. And when I joined this course, I had that one concern that, what type of participants will be there? Will it be too technical for me? I mean, though it is a basic course, what type of people come? And I'll share my experience. We were around 80 participants in our batch. And we had students who were going to college, schools, and we had 65, 70-year-old persons also. We had completely novice people like me who didn't know anything about birding, who knew basic 5, 10, 15 birds which we see on a day-to-day basis, to people who were working professionally, who were into bird treatments, who used to be birding for last 30, 40 years. So, so you had all set of people, and we never felt that, a course is too technical, or, it is not for basic understanding. So whatever is your level, there's something for everyone. And BNHS team takes care of everybody's requirement. They understand very well that everybody is at different level, and they need to take care of everything. So that was a very positive thing for me in this course. I joined it more to identify, but slowly you graduate, and when you learn, when you are in company of teachers like Raju sir, you learn more, and they make it very interesting. So you get into food habitat, how birds mate, how they sing, and how many things, migration, and the whole world of birds, which is very beautiful and which is very interesting. As I started this as a hobby, but it has helped me a lot. It has helped me, going in nature. Now you observe more birds, you observe changes in environment. And another thing which worked very well for me, and I think it is very important, that now I share my birding experience. I teach it to my kid, her friends. So we generally go out on Sunday morning to some nearby place, and kids are also learning about birding. So basically, you are spreading, you are teaching others, you are making them aware about the environment, and going forward they will be more aware of what needs to be done. The last point I want to talk about, why BNHS. I mean, so before I joined this course, I was a BNHS member, and they are one of the oldest organization in this country. I mean, they have been doing a lot of conservation related work. They have been doing a lot of studies, research papers. So the kind of reach, kind of faculties they have in everything, it is not about birding. So Andrilla talked about her experience. When you join a birding course, they also talk about trees, they also talk about insects, they also talk about mammal. You get to meet many scientists, you get to meet researchers. So like in birding camp, we met researchers who have been doing bird ringing for many years. We met researchers who are working on Trans Harbour Line project of Mumbai government. So you meet best of the minds in industry, and you learn from the best. Another thing is, I mean, this is my personal experience, that all the faculties are very approachable. You can contact them at any point of time. And particularly, I would want to talk about Raju sir, and I want to thank him, and those of you who will join this course will 100% agree with me. He has a very nice way of teaching things. I mean, when you are in a field with him, he will make it very interesting. He will always keep giving you very interesting facts, and so that it will not be monotonous. So whenever we have gone on a field with Raju sir, I mean, we just felt that they should not get over, and should keep talking to him and learning more and more. So that's on why BNHS. Like Francis talked about, when you join a course with BNHS, it's not that only what they are sharing with you, or monthly field trips, or field camps they organize. You also form group with like-minded people, and like we have a big group in Mumbai. I stay in Mumbai. We have a big group in Mumbai. It has been 2 years now, but now also, I mean, almost on a weekly basis, we go out as a group for birding. We plan outstation trips also. I'll hand over to Priyanka and let her answer whatever questions you have. Any of you, if you want any other feedback, you can take our number from Priyanka and you can talk to us. We'll be always happy to explain, clarify your queries. Thank you so much, Priyanka.
Thank you. Yeah, we have so many questions over here. Hello?
Yes, Priyanka.
Yes. Yes. So.
Yes, you are audible.
So see, if the session gets end over here, when I'm giving answers, you can. I'll share one more link with you all. Is it okay? I'll just unmute you all, and you can tell me if is it okay with you all.
Yes.
One second.
Yes, yes, we can continue. We
Yes.
can continue one more session.
Yes.
Yeah,
You can
sure.
just say.
First question I had is, I see is the inaugural compulsory? Actually, the inauguration section is mandatory. But if you have any any personal issue, you can skip the session. It's okay. Inaugural session, you skip the. You can give us the. You can send us a mail. You have genuine reason, and you can skip the session. But I would like to suggest if you attend the inaugural, be additional benefit to you, because whole day we will have various experts from the field, and they give introduction to the ornithology, and they give talks on the ornithology subject. Yeah. And how will the current situation affect the field trips? Okay, great. So see, as we are aware about this COVID situation, so if the situation is not good till the field trips time, once the course started, we are skipping the session. We are skipping the field trips and camps. We are postponing the field trips and camps. And once the situation is safe, we will have them. How expensive are the camps and trips? Okay, so actually we our field trips, that one day field visits are free. We don't charge anything for them. You just have to buy on your own the where the location is decided. And about field camps, so we if we are staying together, we just charge the hotel thing, because we are staying together. We just divide them into participants, and so comparatively these are cheaper. That will range from 8,000 to 1,000 depending upon the situation, and if we are arranging the stay. Are these field trips on Saturday and Sunday? How many weekends in the month? Okay, so so I'll tell you that we will have only one activity each month, either field trip or field camp. So every month you have to visit. You have to come for either field visit or a field camp. It's depend upon you. We'll share the schedule. We'll share the calendar of whole year with you, and then you will have plenty of time to decide where for which field visit and field camp you want to go. And field visit will be on Sundays, and field camp will be on weekends like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which will be of 3 days. And field visit mostly we'll do in Mumbai area, and field camp.
Yes, yes.
So Kavya is asking, I'm from Uttarakhand. I really want to join the course, but it's not possible for me to travel to Mumbai to join one day. Okay, great. So Kavya, what you can do? See, we have so many participants who join from from overall India. So for field visit, you don't have to come to Mumbai every time. So if suppose we are visiting a forest area in the month of August, so you can go in Uttarakhand in forested area, the same habitat which we are visiting in Mumbai, and you can do the field visit over there. And if suppose you have any doubts regarding any species, so we have our WhatsApp group. You can always post the photo of that species, or you can always ask the question. We have expert on that WhatsApp group, so you can ask them and solve your queries regarding that. Okay. Needful. Is camera needful from early field visit? From when it is better to have it? Okay. So if you have camera, you can bring it. And if you don't have camera, you just bring your binocular, because see, we are watching. First, we need to understand the bird. First, we need to learn how to ID bird. You can bring your camera whenever like whenever you wish to bring. It's not compulsory to bring your camera from early visits. Ornithology as a career. Okay, so we have so many participants. We had so many participants in previous batches who were interested in ornithology as a career, in the field of ornithology as a career. So they learned the methodologies of research and how to ID birds, how to tag them. They learn how to ID how to study the bird migration and all, and they went to the ornithology sector as their career. So in BNHS we have so many examples that they were participants in our basic course in ornithology, and now they are working as JRF or research scientist, etc. So if I'm not attending any day session of ornithology in institutes, how can cover the chapter? So yeah, so we, as the course name is online cum field hybrid course, so all the study material like chapters, assignments, we will be sharing via mail online. So you have to read. So where do you suppose you are staying out of Mumbai or something like that, you have to select your area, particular area, and you have to work on that. So we have one assignment known as project work, where you have to visit your project area every month. So you can cover the sessions like that. Sorry, I didn't get your question. I'm marine engineer from Chennai. That means I can't be at home more than 4 months. Can the course split according my vacation? See, the course is for 11 months, and in which from October or November we start field camps. October to January or February, maximum February. So if you are there in these 4 months, 4 or 5 months in on land as your marine engineer, you can definitely complete. You can definitely join us for the camps. If you don't get chance to join, you can always join the next batches camps. And as you are there on ship or something like that for more than 4 months, we will share the study material online. You can read it, and you can write assignment and send back to us. How can join the online hybrid? What's the duration? Okay, so you can mail us at ornithology@bnhs.org. The duration is 11 months. Okay, we'll be starting the course from August, and the fees are 13,125 rupees. Yeah. I have already registered, so will I get entire show? Yes. You have already. So we will be sharing the schedule or the study calendar by end of this month or starting of June. So you will get the overall idea about the course and the field visits, field camp, their locations and duration and timing, so that you get plenty of time to plan your field camps and visits with us. Due to okay, to some unforeseen reason, into the course currently. Okay, if suppose there are reasons that you are not able to complete the course in current year, we'll discuss about it, and we'll see if you can join the next year's batch. Before the certification, how many? Okay, there are no exams for this course. Okay, we don't conduct any exams, but we have assignments every month, like I mentioned before. So we'll provide you chapters and some tasks which are very easy tasks. You can sit at home and do there are online research. You can read online and you can write it down. There are project areas, so you can select any area nearby your house which is safe and feasible for you to visit, and you can always write a report on it and send back to us. So yeah, you can you will definitely get a certificate if you do at least this. Can you share the schedule beforehand? Yes, definitely. We'll share the schedule once we Gautam, right? So we'll share the schedule by the end of this month if you already registered for the course, or maximum by June. We have curriculum. No, we don't have any curriculum course on site of BNHS. We will share the entire PDF with you once your registration is confirmed. Diploma. Okay. Now I want to join herpetology diploma. Okay, so you want to join herpetology course of BNHS, or Sir Chandra Prakash Meena, sir, can you please write your query to me on ornithology@bnhs.org. I didn't get your question. Shubhankar Gupta, monthly assignment, visit to one area. What exactly will the scope? Okay, so as I mentioned here, this is basic course in ornithology. Every month we will provide you different tasks. So if suppose we are going to start in month of August, so we'll give you the August project work as study your project area, describe your project area. In month of August, September, we'll ask you to study the breeding behavior of birds. So depending upon the chapter, we give you the project work to do in your project area, so that so you can relate the chapter and your assignment. Okay. How do we register for the course? Okay, so I'll share the hello, Parveen sir. I'll just give you the email ID in chat box. You can mail me, and I'll just share the registration link and the course brochure with you. So you can read the course brochure, you will get more idea about it, and you can fill the registration form. Can you please give some examples of assignment? Okay. One second. Huh? Okay, so I'll just show you one assignment. Okay, I hope you all are able to see the screen. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, we can see.
Yes. So as you can see here, this is a sample example of assignment. Suppose we are starting in month of August, so there will be inaugural session either in CEC or in head office, and then you have to write an inaugural session report, and the project will be carry out the preliminary observation of your chosen area, which should be within 2 square kilometer of your residence. Write a short introduction of your chosen area. So just like that, we have assignments. So,
That's okay.
yeah. So I'm master student. Will it affect this course? I'm living with my course.
Read loudly.
Hello.
Read loudly.
Okay, I am master students. Will it affect this course, as I will be dealing with my coursework also? No, it will not affect your course, but just you have to manage your time a little bit. It will definitely not affect your course, and yes. So do we have more questions? You can please unmute yourself and you can ask the questions.
There is one question for those who need to travel out of the country. are field visits done in local area outside India acceptable? Yes, it is acceptable. The course is
Yes.
applicable anywhere in the world. You can do it. Okay. We have some international participants participating in our courses. Okay.
Yes.
Thanks, Vic.
And even if you are from like outside Mumbai, you can definitely do the field visit in your area. We have participants from Kolkata, Bangalore, Chennai, etc. So
If everybody is looking at the chat box, there is one question from Arvind. For working professionals staying in outside Mumbai for field visits, how frequent field visits be and time duration, as the leaves needs to be applied earlier. So field visit is only one day, and if you are not from Mumbai, there's no need to come to Mumbai. You can do it wherever you are. Okay, that is field visit one day field visits. We have 3 field camps, that is 3 days camps. Out of that, we expect you to attend 2 so that you get good learning. Okay, you can attend all 3 also. Okay, is that clear? Okay.
okay, so the Tejas Pathare is asking to join. Yes, definitely you can join the herpetology course. The admissions are going on. I'll just share the herpetology email address in the chat box. You can mail to that ID, mail to that email, and the concerned coordinator will share the information with you.
Okay. Okay, we can conclude. I think there are no more questions.
Yes, definitely. And if you have more questions, if you come up with more please feel free to write us on ornithology@bnhs.org. We are always there to answer your each and every question. Okay, we have one more question. The inaugural session is mandatory, but in person August. So yeah, as I said, if the field sessions are not possible, if the situation is not safe, we are going to organize online sessions. So there is no need to worry about the inaugural session. You don't have to come in Mumbai or in the CEC or head office. If the situation is not safe, we will conduct the inaugural session online. So you can attend that from wherever you are. Text in, okay. So I'll just share the ornithology email ID with you. Yes. I'll again repeat. The email ID is ornithology@bnhs.org. So you can write your question to us at any time. We are there to answer each and every question of yours. Thank you for joining.